Here, let's have a little class. You got the 7 and then the first hash. The first hash means 25. And then you're looking at the counter and that's 10. So that adds 10 to the 25. So you're 35 plus the 1, 36, and then 36 and a half. So that is 3.7365. God, it looks so good. You're supposed to put less on you and more on the truck.
Yeah.
That's not a skill, that's luck. Making it happen. Here's how the transmission looks. Ready to go in. Almost. We're gonna drain the transfer case fluid. Transmission's empty. I'm not touching the pan until it's back in chassis. You notice I painted everything but the pan. Because we'll wire brush that and clean it all up once it's mounted in. It's a pain in the butt to try to do anything with it swinging because it's so easy to move. So it's kind of nice to have it stable. Still have not decided if that is the color. I mean, we did it, it's high gloss, so it could be the color. I don't even know if other paint would stick to it. But for now, we got a couple of parts to finish up. We got these 3, and then it might be time to start machining. I don't know, the main goal is to get that frame back done and get everything set back in here and all good, and then I can focus on the engine. Right now, let's go ahead and check the pistons. I've already set this one up. We got 3.736. 3.736. About. So I'm a little modest by 1,000. 737, 738 standard size piston. Okay, so we're good at standard size. So we're gonna go ahead and set this up. Almost 2.5 thousandths of cylinder clearance. Not 2 to 2.5 in between there, 2.25 thousandths. So we're gonna set this up right now for standard size at the size of the piston, and it'll tell me the clearance. So all these pistons are on the small side. 737 is the spec, and I haven't had any over 736. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and call that. We'll give them a 0.5 thousandths. We'll go 736.5. And then that's what I'm gonna call it for the size of the pistons, and that'll tell me what kind of clearance we had over there. So let's do that real quick. We're gonna go right at 736.5. I'll go a little bit more, see how that's tight. It should be about right there. Right about there. Here, let's have a little class. You got the 7 and then the first hash. The first hash means 25. And then you're looking at the counter and that's 10. So that adds 10 to the 25. So you're 35 plus the 1, 36, and then 36 and a half. So that is 3.7365. Maybe one-handed. Hold it there and then pick it up against the bottom ball down there. And pick it up. Try to have it centered. It's very hard one-handed. There you go, okay. Close enough. I did it with 2 hands and it was good, so let's go over here and check it out. No way. They're all oversprayed. We got to clean them out. I guess I could just run a dry ball hone in it real quick. Just run it in it. It'll knock all that crap off and then I can wipe it without having a brake clean or anything. Brake clean will do it too, but I really would like to start using a ball hone. I think I want to use a ball hone. When we know an engine's coming apart, I can get the heads off, drop that piston all the way down, and run the ball hone a couple of times in the hole, and then wipe it out, and then I can do a real good measure. I can see what it is. Because with the carbon ridge right there, there's still a carbon ridge. Even pushing the rings out still left a little bit. So we kind of need to take that away so that we can get a good measurement, because where the action happens is right at the edge of the carbon, right here. Okay, I want to measure at the very topmost point of there. I don't want to get that nasty crap on the freaking ball of the bore gauge. Damn. 3.5 thousandths of wear. Let's go all the way up. Look, I walk my way up. See where the ball's at? 4. 4.5, 5. Okay, so we're about touching the ridge. Probably got some carbon inside of the ball and the end of the bore gauge. So arguably we're 1/1000ths out right there. 1/1000ths, maybe 1.5 thousandths out of spec on that top cylinder. So 1.5 thousandths, I mean, borderline, you could put us, just ball hone it and have 4 thousandths clearance. 3 is the max, so you'd be 1/1000th over. So that kind of sucks to spend $1,000 for 1/1000th of an inch, because that's basically what we're doing, is we're buying rings and pistons for 1/1000th of an inch. That's an expensive thousand. That's $1 for every one of them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I should have checked the even side. That's the one with the misfire. Here, let's walk it out. I cleaned it off. Okay, here you go. Here you go. See, I can walk it up and down, and I'll walk it up out to the outside of it. Look at that, 8.5. Almost 9. 9. Oh goodness. 10. Okay, so it is right at 10 out. Well, so with that, maybe I ought to go ahead and hone it. Just go ahead and cut the dang thing. Actually, we got 10 and 20s coming right now. So if we do that, then who cares? Then I'll just actually pick the pistons while I'm honing. While it's in the honer and it's cutting, if 10 will clean up this side right here, then we'll be good. I can use the 10s. If not, I'll grab the 20s out of the box, measure the 20s, and then go ahead and cut the thing to 20. But that is pretty close. Let's go ahead and check another one. All good, all good. That was number 2. Oh, 5.5. I'm walking my way out. See how close I am? And I'm moving it back and forth. 8. Oh, I'm in the ridge there. Oh, get out of the ridge. So we're at 8 there. I'll check the sides in a minute, but that one's a little better. 6.5. Yeah, 6.5 there. That's 8. I saw 8 there for a minute. Oh, that's 10. Hang on, I'm in the ridge. It's the farthest to the left that it goes as I go up and down. There's 7. 8. 8.5. From what, 9. It doesn't help that it's swaying. It's hanging from the crane. I'm trying to measure it with it swaying, so it's a pain in the butt. Okay, so, I mean, either way, 10 might not actually clean it, so. Let's go ahead and check it out around here on the big one. Oh, it's swinging. Okay, this is a pain in the butt. And I'm gonna wind up getting dirt inside the ball. I'm not doing that. Either way, 10 is pushing it, so try to keep this little ball and this little ball clean. Otherwise it just scratches on the cylinder and doesn't roll around when you're trying to measure it. Okay, so it's cleaned up and sitting over here waiting for pistons. But it actually needs to go over there and get surfaced first. I might go ahead and do that. Just take it over and go ahead and surface it. But the real worry is these rod bushings. So I'm gonna go ahead and uncover the rod hone and let's get the gauge set up and let's check these and see how far out they are. That'll tell us if we need to change them or not, because it's just about time. That one, hope not. We'll look close once they're clean. They're all dirty still. But the block is done. It's ready to be machined. Heads are ready to be machined. Frame outside is painted. Oh, sitting outside just baking. We're baking it on. So today we can push this back in. We'll get it inside and get the transmission set back and maybe get a regular job site going here. That's our goal. Well, Cody's firing this thing up. I guess we had a power steering shoot the cap off. I mean, it happens, you know. It's a lot of power. It's called power steering. There's power in it. It's supposed to shoot the cap off. Oh, here it goes. Hear a little popping going on there? Oh, I hear him leave too. Lifter not primed up all the way. Circulating. Kind of worried about power steering. Anytime you put a gearbox in, it's kind of a pain in the butt. It does not have new injectors in it, so you know, being nice and crisp, it's okay. It sounds good. Engine's rotating. I don't hear any funky noises. Yeah, buddy. Put your power steering cap on the outside right there, and then you can shine a light down in here. And if I wasn't using that light, you could see. That's good. There's a light up there. Okay, hot broken mess is not hot and broken no more, but she's still hot. It black smokes, kind of, at idle. We don't know what big, huge monster injectors, but it's got dual fueler, all kinds of crap on it. It's a damn race truck. It's built as a race truck under here. Now it sounds good. No missing, but she's smoky. She's a little smoky. One would say, let's get a little more air in it. So now we need a Pro Charger up on the front to feed the turbos, is what we need. Because, I mean, you don't take fuel away when it's black smoking, you add more air. Yeah, we got a plan now. Let's go out here real quick and let's check on the frame for a minute. Act like that's what we're doing. See how dry it is. It's still a little tacky. Where does it go? Okay, the monumental task. The frame is back in. It's now done with prep. Time to reinstall and reassemble. And so we're going to put this back in, and the transmission is just hanging. So hook the drive shaft up and kind of help to hold it. Got an impact tool right down there. It works freaking great. Those of you that don't have that, get that. For a rear drive shaft, you can take all 4 bolts out easily with an impact vet tool right there. But I didn't want to bang it all around, so I figured I'd just tighten it by hand. How about we take a little progress update? Got our fake engine in. Transmission looks a lot different. And it's even clean, even on the inside. We got the torque converter out, run by every now and then with this pneumatic bleeder. And just so you can see there's a little more in there. And took off the 4-wheel drive vacuum line, the entire line that goes across. Hopefully we could test that. I could test it. I'll just hook up to it and see how it does. I messed up, dang it. I did not drain the transfer case, but Forma funnel works easy for that. And we still have to yank the pan off and we're gonna do a temp sensor. Go ahead and do it preemptively. I don't really want him having that issue. Still letting the paint cure. We haven't set the table back up yet, but I got kind of a little rat's nest of stuff right there. I'm not sure what that is. because I'm gonna clean up that a little bit. But I can go ahead and put the transmission harness back on, the rear drive shaft. I think Joey got that on. We can put the front drive shaft in and start putting some of that stuff back together, because now it's pretty much a clean, wonderful job. And we got all the parts over here, which, I mean, they look good. Yeah. Engine assembly's just waiting. This is the Clean Cut 6.0 build. It's been released to the customer. I think it has 2,500 mile break-in done to it right now. Got some bumpers on it, front and rear bumpers, set of wheels, some tires. This is a freaking sharp truck. So Clean Cut 6.0 build is a pretty mean little monster now. She turned into something, didn't she? Right now it's in the shop over here because of four-wheel drive. Yeah, it's fixed. It was, well, I didn't even video it. I swung the hammer around so fast it hit it and fixed the issue. So you didn't even learn anything off that. So that one is going away. Got another one here. And that is what we've got right here. Yeah, I kind of like it. Looks good. That's waiting to get surfaced. We're gonna go over there and surface it. And then I'm gonna come over here and I'll go ahead and cut it. But there's the passenger side. I checked the odd side. The odd side is all pretty much good. It's the even side that's gonna take us. We're almost pushing 10. 10 might not clean on this side. So that's gonna be the sketchy one. So what I think we're shooting for is we're just gonna have 10 and 20 pistons here. I'll just start cutting it and we'll have pistons, and if it passes the 10 threshold, I'll grab the 20 pistons and check those and cut off of that. So this is gonna go over there, get surfaced, and then come over here and get honed. And then it'll go back there and get washed. Hopefully it doesn't kill this paint. And then it'll go way over there and get built. Cylinder heads. The cylinder heads have not had nothing done to them. They're ready to machine, cut all the guides out. We're gonna cut the guides out and try to not cut the seats because there's cracks. There are some cracks in here, so I don't really want to cut the seats. Let's see if we can, see there's one. Let's just start over here. There's one. There's one. You'll see a lot more when we start cutting. They just got cracks everywhere. They're cracked. That's a pretty good one there. I mean, you can't guarantee we're gonna cut these seats out, so most of you will probably trash these cylinder heads. These heads ain't trash. Ain't nothing wrong with these freaking heads. A couple of cracks right there. I mean, you can get another set of heads. I mean, I guess if we would have put seats, if they would have came out with seats off the bat, then we'd have a serviceable item. I'm not sure. I mean, do you guys think that the hardened seats are harder than cast iron? I don't know. You know, what I'm getting at is, would they hold up better? If off the bat, fresh set of heads, go ahead and machine them out and put seats in it. Because then it will never crack. It's only gonna crack from the seat area. It's not just gonna spontaneously crack. Well, hopefully not outside of the seat. But still haven't looked at the rod bushings. That's what this little cylinder head is for right here. I haven't done rod bushings yet. Haven't bored rod bushings. So we're gonna try that little endeavor out, I think. Like I said, we just got done, got all the engine put back in, and now all that is clean, ready for the next step. So now it's time to machine. So now we can check those rod bushings, uncover the equipment, and start freaking working. Which the crankshaft is, once again, all dirty. All this stuff is all dirty. This still needs to be cleaned. The general rotating assembly needs to be cleaned, but everything else on the entire job is done. My hands can stay clean. Hands are clean. Yeah, so there's our little rundown, little update. We're working. You got a factory replacement turbo and a set of studs. Look at that, good shipment. So this is what I do in the morning. We still have the camper close to the shop because we're close. So I get up, walk around, and check out everything that's going on here. Cody's wanting duals. He's gonna do it too. He's doing it. That little adapter right there has kind of been a pain in the freaking butt. Pain in the butt. He's back there working on it now. He drove this. Got a couple of miles on it. He said I didn't paint the transmission. I said, I know. In service. He's gonna put it on the lift over in the south shop. I'll show you that because it's gonna happen. He'll actually do it and get the bottom of it painted. That's what I always tell people, that when find out what kind of customer actually loves their truck, because if we see it again and we get underneath it, do an oil change, I can see the stuff that I did not paint because I don't do it on the lift. Granted, maybe we'll start, but if we do it on a lift and we actually catch all of it, then, which I wonder how the other one looks. See, we got all that on the truck over there. We got a lot of it. That would be nice dream. Would be just to disassemble every single thing off of this truck, wire brush it, rehab it, actually wire brush and paint it like a good paint job. Do the whole frame and then all the bolt-ons. Right? I mean, because that's all the truck is just a frame with a bunch of bolt-ons. So why can't we just take all the bolt-ons off, clean everything up, and then I mean, arguably, if we go through and redo everything how we want, it could be a better truck. You think?